So please welcome Eileen Brown from the CTU.
Ena mana, ena reo, e mā rangatira mā, tēnā koutou katoa, ko Eileen Brown, tōko ingoa. It's great to be here today. I speak on behalf of the Council of Trade Unions, Te Kawai ka Mahi. I pass on the greetings of Helen Kelly, the President of the CTU, who can't be here today. And specifically I pass on the greetings of Bill Rosenberg, Dr. Bill Rosenberg, who's done such a tremendous job in us understanding the threats of the Trans-Pacific Partnership. He couldn't be here today and he passes on his best wishes. The Council of Trade Unions represents over 330,000 workers and 35 unions, and I see many friends and allies today, and we acknowledge them all and the unions and activists represented here today. We stand in solidarity with you in opposing the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement, and we, at our last biennial conference, opposed this and unanimously opposed this. Because this agreement is not in the interests of working New Zealanders. It's not in the interests of most New Zealanders. There are many causes for concern. The Trans-Pacific Partnership contains threats to our health system, to our public services, to public enterprises, and our ability to use government purchasing to develop our economy and to improve our environment and the working conditions of New Zealanders, and our right to make laws and regulations that are in the interests of most New Zealanders. It could have governments, this agreement could have governments preventing employers to meet conditions such as paying a living wage. It could prevent governments requiring suppliers to meet health and safety conditions that are currently being developed to improve our appalling health and safety statistics in New Zealand workplaces. Each of these is a major concern. So, too, is the absence of consultation, the secrecy in which negotiations are being held, and the fact that it can be adopted by government without full public examination and opportunity for comment. No mirrors, James, as James said. But perhaps the greatest threat and the greatest concern in the long run is what this represents. This kind of agreement increases the power of international cooperation, and it reduces the power of elected governments and their citizens to resist corporate demands. It fails to learn the lessons of the global financial crisis, which demonstrated the enormous damage that irresponsible corporations can do to the world economy, throwing people out of work, loading governments with debt, resisting change, and providing an excuse for cutting government services and core public spending. The TPPA is in the wrong direction. It's the wrong kind of international agreement for working people, for New Zealand and for the world. This agreement would stop New Zealand governments from doing things that are in the interests of working people and most New Zealanders. We want a better future than this. We call on people to continue to take action, and it's great to be here today and see people taking this action and take more in your workplaces, in your communities, with politicians, and in the national elections coming up, with candidates standing for election and to oppose this agreement and call on them too. We call on the government to listen to the voices of the people and not allow our sovereignty to be surrendered. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa.